OSQ. Merriwood Conference Basketball on WOSQ is sponsored by Westside Service of Auburndale, Weiss's Capital Carpet of Marshfield, Dan Tuska Trucking of Auburndale, First Weber Realtor Scott Lemmer, Current Technologies, Bill Service Center in Stratford, and Royal Credit Union of Colby. Merriwood Conference Basketball on WOSQ is also sponsored by Sweats Oil and Sweats Country Corner Mart in Blinker, Doorhorse Wood Recycling of Auburndale, The Sports Scene in Marshfield, Courtesy Auto and Truck Center of Thorpe, Citizen State Bank of Loyal, Granton, Neelsville, Spencer, and Marshfield, and B&H Heavy Trucks of Marshfield and Prentice.
Well, it's basketball time once again here on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ, Spencer Marshfield, as we bring you Merriwood Conference Girls Basketball tonight on Sports Radio 92.3 FM. Adam Burden is producing and studio engineering our broadcast tonight. And Mike Warren back with you from Auburndale, where tonight the undefeated Auburndale Apaches take on the unbeaten Marathon Red Raiders in high school girls basketball tonight in the Merriwood South. Should be a good one. Auburndale 4-0. The Marathon Red Raiders are at 4-0 as well. Both coming off wins on the road. Auburndale at Athens and Marathon at Phillips. And we'll talk about Marathon basketball with their head coach, Jeff Schneider, as our pregame report continues in just a moment.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston. We make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You get a 30-day money-back guarantee and free equipment upgrades. Country Wireless continues to expand their service area and has upgraded their towers in the Marshfield area, providing expanded coverage and faster service. So if you live in the Marshfield, Spencer, or Stratford areas, you may now be able to get Country Wireless. Call their office at 715-389-8584 to find out. Country Wireless, making high-speed internet more affordable and more available than ever. Visit them online at countrywireless.com or like them on Facebook.
All right, welcome back to Auburndale, the Apaches and Marathon here tonight on WOSQ. As our pregame report continues, let's check in with Jeff Schneider, head coach of the Marathon Red Raiders girls basketball team again this season. Coach, you guys are off to a nice 4-0 start.
Yeah, definitely. It's the senior-laden group, and been really pleased. They've been working hard in practice and making it a lot of fun. So,
what do you attribute the success to here in the early going?
I think we've shot it fairly well. A decent percentage, especially from three. I think probably more importantly is we've played some pretty good defense. Especially in the perimeter. I've been pleased with that, and I think a lot of that comes from effort, and it's pleasing to see them work really hard.
This is an experienced group, isn't it, that you've got back this year?
Yeah, we've got 4 kids that started last year, and then a couple other ones that played quite a bit, and then a freshman that played quite a bit last year. It's a good group. Continually trying to work on raising our level of togetherness and of playing with each other without the ball and getting the ball moving and making those types of plays that come with repetition and come with experience of playing with the same kids. So,
yeah. Let's talk about who are some of the key players on this team.
Alicia Stieber's been off to a really nice start shooting the ball. She's a great leader for us. Handles the ball majority of the time, and then has been super good defensively. Carly Fisher's off to a really nice start in terms of, especially on the defensive end. I think she's probably our best defender overall, and does a super job and has got ability that we're hoping she plays with confidence and can bust in the scoring column a little bit more. And then, Brooke Baltz, Stephanie Drager, and our fifth starter, Caitlin Schmidt, have all been really good. So, it's up and down at times, but they've all, I've seen, made improvements, and that's what's so nice to see.
Maybe just summarize the first 4 games of the year for us. What have you seen as far as competition? And, I guess how would you kind of wrap up those 4 games for us in terms of how you've started the year?
Well, not to take any away against anyone that we've played. I think there's a lot of good teams, but Newman has probably been the best team we've played, and they've got 3 really dynamic players and a post that's can really jump and play real high and block a lot of shots, and that was definitely a big challenge for us. We were fortunate. I think we shot it pretty well from 3. We made 9 threes against them, which helped, and we were fortunate to beat them in overtime. So, yeah, that was by far our probably our best competition so far.
And coming off a nice win against Phillips, right?
Yeah, they were. We kind of jumped on them early, but they are, they don't have a lot of kids, but they have some pretty quality kids. They have some nice teams the last few years, so they've got some nice shooters and some quickness, and they really play hard too. So that was one thing we were impressed with them.
Should be a good test for you guys tonight, though, with this Auburndale team, right?
Yeah, I really like their team. They got some really quality kids that have been around a while, and then they've got some newcomers that, they've got sophomores and freshmen that are just got a lot of talent and have been coached well so far, as youth. And so, yeah, it's exciting for them, and, we're going to have all our hands full. I said at the beginning of the season, I thought Newman and Auburndale were the top teams in our league, and that's definitely, they've proven that so far.
Yeah, well, it should be a good test for you guys tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming, and hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you, Coach, for stopping by. Jeff Schneider from Marathon. It's Auburndale and Marathon here tonight. Stay with us. More from Auburndale after this.
Treat people the way you want to be treated. Simple words, right? Those are the words my grandfather, Jerome Brickner, lived by when he started Brickner Motors way back in 1945.
All right, 1 minute.
And they will reward you as loyal customers. My name is Steve Brickner, and this is still our mission every day. And it is the reason people make the beautiful drive north of Marathon to Little Chicago. We may be in the middle of nowhere, but there is no better testament that we take care of our customers better than anyone else around. You won't hear the gimmicks you hear from others. No yelling and screaming, no overpromising or under-delivering. We commit to treating everyone with respect, honesty, and transparency. Quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of yours. We will work hard to earn your business and just as hard to keep it.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
All right, welcome back to Auburndale as we bring you high school girls basketball tonight here on WOSQ. The Marathon Red Raiders and the Auburndale Apaches. As our pregame report continues, let's bring in the head coach of the Apaches, Mike Gerke, kind enough to stop by before this one gets underway. Coach, coming off that nice one up at Athens the other night.
Yeah, I thought it was our first road game of the year, and I thought, after having 3 home games, get out on the road and play in a different type of atmosphere. Got a lot of good shots. They just didn't all fall, but we came out with a win.
Yeah, you certainly did. Your 4th of the year, off to a great 4-0 start. What has been what do you like about your team? What's the biggest thing that stands out about this team right now that you've seen through 4 games?
I think we're pretty versatile. I think we have a number of players who can play inside and outside, and depending on
improvement? Where do you guys need to get better after 4 games that you've seen?
Well, the biggest improvement we need to make is shooting free throws. We shot under 50% in 3 of our first 4 games, and to try to close games out at the end to try to close a game out at the end is very difficult if you're not making your free throws. So that's the biggest improvement we need to make.
What about, any surprises? What are, some things where maybe you've seen some things from your team that you didn't expect through the first, maybe, handful of games here?
Well, Izzy Hilber is at the end of last year. I anticipated her stepping up, but she's come along farther than I anticipated. I anticipated. She's averaging double digits, and we're pretty balanced, which I really like. I think we have 3 to 4 girls averaging like 8 or more points. So I think I like that a lot about our team, and I didn't know. They'll pressure the ball. They like to get out and run a little bit in fast breaks. So hopefully we can take care of the ball and get back on defense and limit their easy shots. And hopefully we can make it a ball game tonight.
Yeah, and the one thing I noticed right away looking at their lineup that, maybe another advantage, or one at least that they have over you, is the experience factor. They got a lot of seniors on this team.
Yeah, I think he's got like 7 or 8 seniors, and they've all been contributors the last couple of years. So he's got a group that's been together for a while, and he's got a lot of experience back, so it makes it a lot easier to coach. They all know the philosophy, they all know the system. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, they make them look good once in a while. But Coach Schneider has done a good job with that program. You mentioned the ball pressure and getting out and running the floor, but what else do you see? What is maybe the biggest challenge you're going to face with this marathon team tonight?
Our biggest challenge is going to, I think, be they crash the boards pretty hard, so we just got to make sure we rebound well, and they play hard every possession, and we have to be able to match their intensity. Sometimes I don't want to say our effort is up and down, but sometimes we don't play as hard as I think we're capable of. I think we play as hard as we think we can play, and I think they can push themselves to another level that they don't always do. So we just have to try and match them intensity-wise.
Yeah, this is a good early test for you guys.
Yeah, it is, and we got to get by this one first, and then we have another tough one after that this week. So, but if we can stay in the game, and be competitive, it'll bode well for us for the rest of the year, regardless of the outcome.
Absolutely. All right, Coach, as always, thanks for the time. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
Mike Gerke, head coach of the Auburndale Apaches, Auburndale and Marathon here tonight on WOSQ. Stay with us. More of our pregame after this.
West Side Service of Auburndale wants to be your used car destination dealer. And West Side Service
90 here, 90.
Deals on crossovers, 4x4s, or any one of their late model quality used vehicles.
Big day. Your first board meeting as the new CEO. Yay.
Good luck. You're gonna fail.
You've got this.
You couldn't just let it go, could you? Always the hero.
Hey, I'm security. I'd do the same for you.
Well, you wouldn't have to, since I worry about everything that would never happen to me.
Your home decor for the holidays and year-round. Rebate savings during the Hunter Douglas Season of Style event are available now through December 11th. Limitations and restrictions apply. Ask for details at Rice's Capital Carpet, 1313 West Veterans Parkway, Marshfield.
Dan Teska Trucking, your residential and on-the-farm service, can take care of all your excavating needs. Dan Teska Trucking will deliver sand, gravel, black dirt, and fill. Also on-the-farm services from lime spreading to bulldozer and excavator work. Call Dan Teska Trucking at 715-652-2281 or 715-305-2281. Ask about new customers' discount for professional quality and on-time delivery of products and services to your home or farm. That's Dan Teska Trucking, Auburndale.
And we are getting set for Merriwood Conference girls basketball here tonight on WOSQ. The Auburndale Apaches and the Marathon Red Raiders here this evening for you on Sports Radio 92.3 FM. And Adam Burden is producing our broadcast tonight, and Mike Warren back with you from Auburndale tonight, the site of this Battle of the Unbeatens. It is the 4-0 Marathon Red Raiders and the 4-0 Auburndale Apaches. The Red Raiders would certainly like to have this one, because then they go on the road at Stratford next week. And that is a week from tonight. And then they've got a home stretch where they've got 5 games in a row, including that Christmas tournament. That tournament between Christmas and New Year's. They host that tournament this year. They will host Shawamigan and then Lakeland, followed by Assumption. And then they have Bonduelle at home, and then that marathon tournament. And so they've got a homestand coming up after a 4-game road trip. And they were at Mosinee, at Phillips, now here at Auburndale tonight. They will be at Stratford next week, Tuesday night. The Auburndale girls basketball team will go on the road to Edgar a week from tonight. And then next week, Friday, they will host Abbotsford. And then after that, they'll be at Nakusa, and then they will host the Stratford Tigers. So they've got a couple of tough games coming up as well. Also in the Merriwood tonight, Stratford is at Wausau Newman. That should be a heck of a ball game. Assumption is at Edgar. Athens is hosting Phillips tonight. Abbotsford hosting Shawamigan. And Rib Lake is at Prentice. A couple of games in the Eastern Cloverbelt Conference tonight as well. Spencer is at Gilman. Greenwood is entertaining Colby. The defending state champion Loyal Greyhounds are hosting Neelsville tonight. And Granton is at Owen Withee. So some girls basketball in the Eastern Cloverbelt Conference tonight as well. Number of boys teams are in non-conference action tonight, including Spencer hosting Pittsville. Athens is at Colby. Marathon at Mosinee tonight. And Marshfield Tigers are at La Crosse Central this evening. That game is on AM 1450 WDLB. Starting lineups in this ball game tonight: Auburndale starts a 5'5" junior, Mackenzie Rabb, followed by a 5'8" senior, Callie Carl. Izzy Hilber, a 5'6" sophomore in the starting lineup. A 5'10" sophomore, Natalie Owie. And then a 5'10" senior, Hannah Boulder. And Hannah is averaging 6 points a game. Natalie is leading the team, averaging 8.5 points a game. And then off the bench, they've got some good production too from Izzy Hilber. Marissa Ponchak, averaging 7.3 points per game. Hilber is actually leading the team in scoring with 11.3 points per game. But boy, they got Ponchak and then Maggie Wilford off the bench, averaging 6 points a game as well. So those first two off the bench for Auburndale, very good players. As you heard Coach Gerke mention, they've got really 7 or 8 solid players that could be starters on this team. So that's the Auburndale starting lineup. We'll also see Morgan Humschel, a junior, off the bench for the Apaches tonight as well. Probably you might see a sophomore Taylor Stanton off the bench as well. We'll get to the Marathon starting lineup as our coverage continues from Auburndale in just a moment.
Westside Automotive of Auburndale has been offering professional.
Remove all caps, draw your attention to the American flag as we honor our nation and especially those who serve us in our military with our national anthem. A reminder from the Merriwood Conference of good sportsmanship.
Auburndale. Now let's get to the Marathon Red Raiders starting lineup. And they start 5 seniors. This is a team that has, I think, a total of, well, let's see, 6, 7, 8 seniors, and 5 of them are starters, including a 5'9" senior, Stephanie Drager, averaging 7 points a game. Carly Fisher, a 5'4" senior. She's averaging 5.3 points per game. A 5'9" senior, Caitlin Schmidt, and she comes in averaging 10 points a game. 5'7" senior, Brooke Boltz, is in the starting lineup. Brooke is averaging 2 points a game, and then their leading scorer, 5'4" senior, Alicia Stieber, and she is averaging 18.3 points per game to lead this Marathon team. We'll also see Sasha Horning off the bench. Sasha comes in averaging just a couple points a game. We'll also see Elizabeth Bame, and Liz is averaging 6 points per contest, and Olivia Zabel, you'll see her off the bench tonight as well, averaging 6 points per contest. So it should be a good one here tonight. A battle of the unbeatens, the 4-0 Marathon Red Raiders and the 4-0 Auburndale Apaches. Glad you're with us for Merriwood Conference Girls Basketball here tonight on WOSQ. The Red Raiders in their red uniforms with white lettering and white numerals. The Auburndale Apaches in their white uniforms with the royal blue lettering and numerals as well. And looks like Natalie Owie in center circle against the 5'9" Stephanie Drager. 5'10" Natalie Owie in the center circle, and we are ready for basketball here tonight. And the opening tip will get a redo. So I guess there was no conclusive result of that first opening tip. So we'll get a do-over like the first one never happened. We'll try this one again. And the ball is in the air, and it is tipped to Marathon. They get it front court to our right as we look at the action. So we'll get our first look at the Marathon offense. And this Auburndale defense, which has been playing fairly well, limiting opponents to 34 points per game. Marathon's offense, now here's a 3 from the left wing for Drager, no good. Auburndale rebound. Marathon is averaging 62 points a game and giving up just 34. Auburndale has the ball to our left now. They come in averaging 45 points per game. 11 more than what Marathon has been giving up to their opponents so far. So something's going to give here tonight. Auburndale, a drive down the lane for Carl, no good. And Marathon has the rebound, running the floor to the other end, right to the basket for Schmidt. And no bucket, but Caitlin draws a whistle in transition. And our first foul of the game. And that will put Caitlin Schmidt at the line with just over a minute gone by. Foul was on Natalie Owie, number 1. On her, Schmidt at the line. The first one is no good. And so she will get one more. Second one is no good. And the rebound grab by Boulder. Here come the Apaches back to our left now. Still scoreless. Carl up the center of the floor, near wing for Rab. Rab now, ball on the floor, drops it, kind of fumbles it around, picks it up. Hilber has it, top of the key. Is he trying to drive in? Stead back on top to Rab. Now they reset. Carl gets it top of the key. Now back to Hilber, who hands to Owie on the right elbow. Owie tries to go baseline, cut off by a double team. Gets it back out to Rab, now on top for Hilber. Izzy fires a 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Schmidt. Outlet to Stieber up the near sideline. And back to our right come the Red Raiders. On top now for Drager. Left side 3 for Bolts is no good. Carl with a rebound. She's on the run out to the other end, and the Red Raiders have to go back on defense. Rad gets it on the near wing, guarded by Fisher. On top now for Hilber. Owie in the high post. She'll take a step toward the rim, put up a shot, and she draws a whistle and a foul. Natalie will be at the line for the Apaches with just over 2 minutes gone by. That one going to be on Caitlin Schmidt, number 1 on the Red Raiders, and Owie at the line. And the first one is good as Auburndale takes a 1-0 lead. And the second one by Natalie, that one is good as well. Auburndale grabs a 2-0 lead. Free throws from Natalie Owie. And the Red Raiders have it back to our right. Fisher on the left wing. Now stumbles into the lane, tripped up by an Auburndale defender, and a foul against the Apaches. It's going to be on Izzy Hilber, and Owie comes out, and off the Auburndale bench, here's Marissa Ponchak. Non-shooting foul, Marathon inbounding baseline. They get it to Schmidt along that right baseline. Back out on top for Drager. Left wing now for Bolts. Bolts on the left wing. Down low for Schmidt. From the left baseline, no good. The shot goes up. There is another Auburndale foul. With 2.5 minutes gone by. And that's going to be on Marissa Ponchak as Maggie Wilford checks in for the Apaches now. Another non-shooting foul. So Marathon inbounding baseline. And again, Bolts on top. They swing it around right side for Drager. Back on top for Fisher. Now Stieber drives the lane, scoop shot up, and it goes in, but before the shot, another Auburndale foul and another non-shooting foul. That one's going to be on Mackenzie Rabb, number 1 on her, and again, Marathon inbounding baseline. They come near side for Drager. Drager kicks it out, top of the key. 3 is in and out for Bolts. Rebound down low, put back no good by Marathon. And that was Zabel on the putback. Olivia checked into the ball game during that last timeout. And the rebound attempt went out of bounds. And so Auburndale does get it back. Here come the Apaches to our left now. 3 minutes gone by. 2-0 Auburndale. Boulder on the near wing to our left. Hannah dribbles to the top of the key. Now finds Rabb. High post. Down the lane to the rim. No good. An offensive rebound by Wilford. Put back won't go. And the rebound grabbed by Drager. Here come the Red Raiders. Stieber up the near sideline to our right. Bolts. High post. Hands it to Drager on the left wing. Drager now goes left baseline drive. Cut off there by Ponchak. Back on top now for Fisher. Back to the left baseline. Zabel to the rim. No good. Got her own rebound. Kept it alive for the Red Raiders. Bolts on the left wing. Down low. Back door. Wide open Drager. Stephanie lays it in. Ties the game at 2. Here come the Apaches back to our left. Rabb up the center of the floor. And the ball poked away from behind by Fisher. Drager has it. Back to Fisher. Up ahead for Stieber on the fast break. To the rim and in for 2 more. The Raiders have scored 4 straight. And they lead 4-2 with 13:45 to go in the first half. Backcourt pressure again by the Red Raiders. Another steal by Stieber to Fisher in the backcourt, which becomes the front court. Missed the wide open layup. Now we've got an Auburndale timeout. Apaches need to regroup as the Raiders put on the press, and the Apaches have to talk it over with 13:34 remaining in the opening half. The Red Raiders have a 4-2 lead. So Coach Gerke going to coach him up a little bit. 30-second timeout. By the way, we've got more girls basketball Friday here on WOSQ. The Columbus Dons will be hosting Owen Withee at Columbus High School in Marshfield, and our coverage gets underway at 7 o'clock from Columbus High School on Friday night. All right, so after the timeout now, Auburndale has it. They have to go full length of the floor to our left. Inbounds pass is tipped to Rabb, but then stolen by Fisher. Carly lays it in. 6 straight for the Red Raiders as they continue to put on the backcourt press. Auburndale has not found an answer. Well, they get it to front court this time as they try to answer. 6 straight by the Raiders, and now Rabb has it on top for Carl to our left. Back to Rabb on the near wing. Rabb trying to go left baseline, cut off. Back on top now for Wilford. Wilford back to the far side for Carl. Now Carl in a bit of trouble over there. And Owie bails her out. Boulder back on top. Now Carl will come out top of the key and reset it with 12.5 to go. Auburndale showing great patience against this very good. Oh, and now a steal top of the key by Fisher. Carly on the run out to the rim. Right hand off the window and in. 2 more for Fisher. 8 straight for the Raiders. They lead by 6. Boy, Auburndale now, after taking a 2-0 lead. And now in the backcourt again, another steal by the Red Raiders. A missed shot by Stieber, though. And the Auburndale Apaches get the rebound. Now a steal in the backcourt by Stieber. She saved it from going out of bounds. Wilford grabs it. The Apaches still in the backcourt. Have to get it to front court. Oh, a pass intended for Owie. Picked off by the Red Raiders. Stieber to the rim on the other end. 10 straight for Marathon. Auburndale doesn't know what hit him. And they have no answer for the Marathon press. Auburndale back to front court left now, though. Owie in the far corner, drives toward the rim, puts up a shot, off the front of the rim, no good, gets her own rebound, no good again. Boulder with a rebound, up and no good, but a whistle and another Marathon foul. So Boulder will be at the line for Auburndale. And see if they can get some points here from the line. First one is good. And that foul, by the way, was on Stieber, number 1 on her. Now into the ball game, Schmidt back in. And Fisher came out. Drager is out as well. And Elizabeth Beam into the ball game for the first time tonight. Second foul shot by Boulder is good. So it's now 10-4. Boulder checks out. Here comes Ponchak back in for her. But boy, that backcourt press of Marathon and Auburndale just didn't know what hit him, as the Red Raiders rattled off 10 straight before those 2 foul shots by Boulder. 10-4 Red Raiders. 11:20 to go. Raiders on the attack to our right again. And a couple of misses there. Rebound tipped around. 2 offensive boards. Now here's Schmidt. Drive to the basket, no good. But a hand-checking foul on an Auburndale defender here. Might be Owie. And it is. Natalie's second foul. Non-shooting foul. Marathon inbounding baseline. Stieber looking. And a 5-second violation. Marathon couldn't get it inbounds. So the Apaches get it down by 6. It was a 2-0 start for Auburndale, and then Marathon went on a 10-0 run before Auburndale got a couple more free throws. And now another steal by Bolts. And Brooke on the breakout to the other end. Stolen by Hilber, going the other way. And the Apaches get it right back. Izzy on the near wing now for Taylor Stanton into the ball game. Back on top for Ponchak. Oh no, that's Wilford. She has it taken away by Stieber. Up ahead for Schmidt. Caitlin finishes the fast break run. 2 more for the Raiders. They lead by 8. Boy, oh boy, the Red Raiders go after that ball, and the Apaches are not taking care of the ball here. And now another steal by Stieber, too hard into Stanton, and that's going to draw a foul. But boy, the Red Raiders are not shy about getting in your grill and going after that ball. And that has led to their early success here tonight. Boulder and Morgan Humschel into the game. Owie and Wilford will sit for the Apaches. A couple of subs for the Red Raiders too. Sasha Horning we see for the first time tonight. Well, after the foul by Stieber, that was number 2 on her. They get her out of the ball game. And the Apaches inbound the ball and go down low for Marissa Ponchak, her first bucket of the ball game. That cuts the lead in half at 12-6, 10 to play in the first half. Red Raiders back to our right now. Drager on the near wing. Inside look for Fisher, in and out. And the Apaches have the rebound back to our left. Ponchak on the near wing, guarded by Drager. Now a travel by the Apaches. Drager got it to Stanton, not sure which one walked with the ball, but an Auburndale turnover. And so now the Red Raiders get the ball back with 9:48 to go in the half, and they have a 12-6 lead. Boehm takes it across the 10-second line. Goes near wing for Drager now. Drager back on top for Hornig. Drager lobs it down low now for Schmidt. Caitlin got too far into the basket, put up a shot that went off the bottom of the rim, and the Apaches grab the ball. Ponchak has it. She hands it to Humschel. No, that's Hilber. Izzy gives it to Humschel. Now to Stanton on the far elbow. Far corner, long 2 for Hilber, no good. Auburndale gets the rebound though, keeps it alive. Hilber gets it back on top, hands to Humschel now. Morgan in the far corner trying to go left baseline. Pass down low for Hilber, knocked out of bounds by Drager. As Rab checks in for Auburndale, Humschel will come out. So the Apaches will inbound baseline. Boulder on the near side, up top for Rab. Now back to the near side for Hilber. Izzy dribbles into the lane. And the ball knocked away for a second. Far wing for Ponchak. A long 2 goes in. Almost a 3-pointer near the line, but it was a 2-point basket. Now the Marathon lead cut to 4. Auburndale went for a steal as Marathon brought it to front court. Apaches knocked it out of bounds, so the Raiders will inbound. Back to our right now. Here's Boehm. Kicks it near side for Drager. High post for Schmidt, knocked away and stolen by Boulder. Apaches get it right back. Rab up the center of the floor to our left. 8.5 to go. Rab, Stanton near wing, long 2, in and out for Taylor. Rebound goes to Boehm. No, that's Horning. Outlet for Boehm up the center of the floor. Left wing now Drager. Inside Schmidt, open and in for Caitlin Schmidt. She's got 4. 14-8 Raiders, 8 to play in the half. Auburndale back to our left. Up the far sideline is Hilber. Knocked out of bounds by the Red Raiders. So they'll try to inbound again on the far wing to our left. Isabel Hilber will throw it in. And throws it into the backcourt for Rab. McKenzie back across the 10-second line to our left, guarded by Bolts. Far wing for Hilber. No, that's Carl over there. Carl for Hilber on top now as the Apaches reset. Rab on the near wing, inside for Ponchak. Tipped out of bounds by Marathon. Now the Raiders will sub in Carly Fisher, and Boehm will come out. So now Hilber will inbound baseline for the Apaches. Throws it in for Carl on the far wing to our left. On top for Hilber. Drives the lane, had the ball stripped away, and a whistle against Marathon. So that one's on, boy, that one's on Stieber, number 3 on Alicia. That puts Hilber at the line, and they're going to have to get Stieber out of the ball game for a while. Now a warning against Coach Schneider on the Marathon bench, really letting the officials have it over that call on Stieber. Hilber at the line. First one was no good. Second one coming here by Izzy. That one short off the front of the rim. Rebound grab by Schmidt. 2 missed foul shots there. Raiders have it back to our right, leading 14-8. Ball is loose and picked up by the Apaches. Rab has it back to our left for Auburndale. On top now for Carl. Far wing back to Rab. McKenzie back up top for Izzy Hilber. Back to Rab, now on top for Carl. Near side Hilber, trying to get it inside for Boulder, but she can't get open. Boulder steps out for it on the near wing. Now on top for Rab, McKenzie trying to dribble in. Gets a screen from Boulder from the left side, no good. Another missed shot by the Apaches, and Marathon gets the rebound. Back to our right come the Raiders. Fisher on top. Now the ball to Drager on the left wing. 6.5 to go in the first half. Marathon leading 14-8. Fisher has it, tries to drive the lane. She's tripped up. I think there's a foul away from the ball. Might be on Ponchak, I'm not sure. Let's double check that. Now it's Callie Carl picks up the personal foul. Number 1 on her. Schmidt checks out for Marathon. Looks like maybe Drager came back in, I think. She'll get the inbounds pass on the near wing on the non-shooting foul. Steps into the lane, shoots, and Stephanie scores. 2 more for Drager. She's got 4. It's an 8-point Marathon lead at 16-8. Apaches back to our left, looking for an answer here against this very stingy Marathon defense. Wilfer, top of the key, has it. Gets it to Boulder on the far wing. Down low for Hilber. Hilber has it on the far side. Down low for a wide open Ponchak. They found the open player. And Marissa puts it in for 2 more. She's got 6. Now Marathon trying to answer another reach in. Coach Gerke is not happy with his team and letting him know it. Frustration there defensively for the Apaches. And another Auburndale foul. And that's going to go on Izzy Hilber, number 2 on her. Carl will come out of the ball game now. Looks like Stanton is back in there. Meanwhile, Boehm at the line for the Red Raiders. And the front end of a 1-and-1 is good, so she'll get 1 more. 7th foul against the Apaches already. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Red Raiders up by 7. Boehm trying to make it 8. And the second foul shot is good by Boehm. 18-10. Marathon with the lead. Just under 6 to play in the half. Apaches have it back. Front court to our left. Rab crosses the 10-second line. Gets it to Wilford on the near wing. Back on top for Hilber. Far side for Ponchak now. Back to Rab, and now Wilford top of the key. Kind of a motion offense here now for the Apaches, trying to find somebody open. Rab on the near side now, dribbles on top, goes far side for Hilbert. Hilbert launches a long 2. No, fouled on a 3-point attempt. Hilbert fired the shot from beyond the arc. And Boehm stepped out on Hilbert, got a piece of her and fouled her. She will get 3 from the line. She's 0 for 2 tonight. And the first one is no good. Got 2 more coming here. And the second foul shot is good. She is 1 for 4 tonight. And the third foul shot now. Trying to get this back to a 6-point ball game. Second one is good. She gets 2 of 3 there. 2 of 5 on the night. And the Apaches cut the lead to 6. Marathon has it back to our right. 5 to play in the half. A left wing 3 now for Boehm. Airballed it to Ponchak. Auburndale gets it back. Outlet to Rab. And McKenzie up the center of the floor to our left. Now a pass for Hilbert is tipped away and stolen by Drager. Up ahead for Boehm. Boehm to the near side, gets it to Bolts. Bolts dribbles into the lane, kicks it to Boehm on the left baseline. Now back on top for Drager. Near corner for Bolts. Now she tries to go right baseline drive. Nope, gets it inside for Boehm. From the right block, no good. Auburndale rebound. Rab now back to front court left for the Apaches. Hands it to Wilford, top of the key. Wilford tries to drive the lane, and she is fouled. So Marathon's defense all of a sudden getting a little grabby out there. Another reach in. And that's on Brooke Bolts. Number 1 on Brooke. And a non-shooting foul. Auburndale will inbound, but not before Hilbert checks out. And Callie Carl back into the ballgame for Auburndale. Wilford will inbound baseline, lobs it in for Ponchak in the lane. Ponchak right to the rim, no good. Rebound grabbed by Marathon, taken away by Carl. Now what, jump ball? And possession Auburndale. So Wilford will inbound again. Gets it to Carl on the near wing. Callie let it go right through her fingers and out of bounds. Not what you typically would expect from a senior guard, but I think maybe Maggie has to take something off of those inbounds passes. But Callie let that one get away. Another Auburndale turnover. Marathon has it back to our right with 4 to play in the half. Lob inside for Schmidt. She rolls off the defender. Caitlin puts it in for 2 more. And Marathon has built an 8-point lead once again with 3:45 to go before half. Apaches back to our left. Wilford hands it to Rab on the near wing. Now right side for Carl. Back on top for Wilford. Maggie guarded there by Bolts. Left baseline jumper, no good for Carl. Offensive rebound, Maggie Wilford. And the sophomore has her first basket of the ball game. But Marathon right back to the other end. Quick shot by Schmidt from the left baseline, no good. Boehm with the offensive rebound. She has it on the left wing. Dribbles into the lane now. Gets knocked down. Ball gets taken away by Ponchak. And the Apaches have it back to our left with 3 to go in the half. Rab up the center of the floor back to our left. Hands to Carl on the near wing. Carl on top now for Wilford. And Wilford looking inside, nothing there. And there's Ponchak on the right block. And Ponchak walked with the ball. Got up a shot that went in, but there was a whistle and a travel violation against Marissa before that shot went up and in. Now Marathon wants a timeout with 2:46 to play in the half. Marathon by 6. More basketball after this.
Current Technologies, Inc. has been providing the central Wisconsin area with
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Waiter brings a hot plate of food and says, "Careful, don't touch." Well, I touch anyway. That's how I roll. And it's why I rolled my money into a CD at Royal Credit Union. Booyah!
With some of the best rates around on certificates and money market accounts, Royal Credit Union makes safe investments a lot more fun. Check out how you can get more money for your money at any of our nearby locations or at rcu.org. Member NCUA.
We've got a halftime score in from La Crosse already on the Tiger game. The Marshfield Tiger boys basketball team in non-conference action at La Crosse Central tonight. And at the half, La Crosse Central is leading Marshfield 42-7. Tough one for the Tigers tonight. Following a marathon timeout, the Red Raiders have the ball to our right. Merriwood Conference girls basketball tonight here on WOSQ. The Red Raiders leading Auburndale 20-14. Boehm fires a three from the left wing, and Liz knocks it down. She's got 5, and the marathon lead is 9 with 2:20 to go in the first half. Apaches back to our left. Carl hands to Rab on top. Now Wilford steps out for it, drives the lane, little runner at the rim. Maggie drops one in for 2. She's got 4. 23-16. Marathon with 2 to go before the break. Red Raiders have it to our right. Boehm on the left wing. Now on top for Carly Fisher. Near side for Brooke Bolts. Bolts hands to Caitlin Schmidt. Auburndale has gone to a 2-3 zone look here. See if that slows down the Raiders' offense. No, I guess not. A pass inside for Drager. Stephanie has 2 more, 6 on the night. 25-16 with 90 seconds to go. Auburndale back to our left. Carl, a pass up ahead for Rab. That was tipped out by a marathon defender. It will be Auburndale ball. Auburndale inbounding here. Wilford on the baseline. Gets it to Rab in the far corner to our left. Back on top for Carl. Near corner now for Ponshock. Top of the key for Carl once again. Now back to the near side. Wilford gets it. Drives into the lane. They kick it over to Carl in the far corner. Carl guarded by Horning. Back on top, Boulder. Hannah shoots from the foul line. No good. Rebound back to Hannah. Hannah right back to the basket. No good again. Horning with the rebound. No, that was Drager. Outlet for Fisher. Up ahead for Schmidt. In the fast break. No good. Caitlin missed the layup. Boulder gets back to grab the board. Here come the Apaches back to our left. Carl on the left baseline. Dribbles into the lane and now gets fouled. That one might be on either Fisher or Horning. I'm not sure which one. I think it was Sasha. That'll put Carl at the line. Front end of a 1-and-1, no good. The rebound grabbed by Schmidt. Outlet to Fisher. 30 seconds in the half. Marathon by 9. 25-16. Raiders will probably play for one final shot here. Drager on the left wing. Now Bolts down low for Schmidt. Right to the rim. Left side. No good. That's her shot, but she missed it again. Apaches get the rebound. Carl up ahead for Ponshock under the basket. Puts up a shot. No good. Boulder with the rebound. No good again, but another whistle and another foul against the Red Raiders. And more free throws for the Apaches. And Boulder will be at the line for the second time tonight. That one was on Fisher. And the first foul shot is no good. Boy, Marathon is lucky that Auburndale's not hitting their foul shots here. The second one by Hannah. That one is no good again. Missed them both. Rebound Marathon. Drager on the breakout to the other end. To Bolts on the right baseline. And then time runs out. They were trying to get a shot off before halftime, but could not do it. Well, Auburndale started the game 2-0, but Marathon went on a 10-0 run after that. And they take a 9-point lead into the locker room here in this Merriwood Conference matchup this evening. It's Marathon 25 and the Auburndale Apaches 16. You're listening to Merriwood Conference Girls Basketball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield. And online at WOSQFM.com. Adam Burden is producing our broadcast tonight. And Mike Warren with you from Tim Anderson Gymnasium at Auburndale High School. Red Raiders by 9 over the Apaches. And stay with us, our halftime report in just a moment.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Do your Christmas shopping at the Sports Scene inside the Marshfield Mall. The Sports Scene has unique clothing and caps for all your favorite teams. NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and more. They have autographed sports memorabilia, helmets, plaques, collectibles, and sports cards too. Find that one-of-a-kind item for the sports fan on your list this Christmas. Go now to the Sports Scene inside the Marshfield Mall.
Dorhorst Wood Recycling is Central Wisconsin's leading landscape mulch and animal bedding supplier. Their trucks travel to landscape companies throughout the state. In addition, they haul road materials, grain, logs, and custom grind wood waste. Dorhorst Wood Recycling is conveniently located on Old Highway 10 Auburndale. Stop by to pick up landscape mulch and animal bedding or call 715-652-3000 or visit them on the web at dorhorstwoodrecycling.com.
Merriwood Conference Girls Basketball tonight here on WOSQ. Spencer, Marshfield, also available on the TuneIn Radio app for your mobile device as well. Glad you're with us for this one. Big one in the Merriwood tonight. The Marathon Red Raiders and the Auburndale Apaches. And the Raiders by 9 here at the break, leading Auburndale 25-16. And let's check out the first half scoring in this contest. Marathon led by 2 players with 6 points apiece, Stephanie Drager and Caitlin Schmidt. Schmidt also 0 for 2 from the line. 5 points for Elizabeth Boehm off the bench, 2 for 2 from the line, and she's knocked down a 3-pointer as well. And then 4 points apiece for Carly Fisher and Alicia Stieber. Brooke Bolts, Sasha Horning, and Olivia Zabel have not scored for Marathon. Well, for the Auburndale Apaches, they are led by Marissa Ponchak off the bench with 6. 4 points off the bench for Maggie Wilford. And then 2 points apiece for Hannah Boulder, Natalie Owie, and Izzy Hilber, all from the free throw line. None of the 5 starters has knocked down a field goal in this game so far tonight. And Hilber is 2 of 5 from the line. Owie 2 for 2. Hannah Boulder 2 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half. So 5 baskets, all by Wilford and Ponchak off the bench. Callie Carl, Mackenzie Rabb, Morgan Humschel, and Taylor Stanton have not scored. Callie Carl 0 for 1 from the foul line in the first half of this ball game. And again, the Apaches began the game with a 2-0 run. Well, a 2-0 start, not really a run. Couple of free throws by Natalie Owie, but then Marathon went on a 10-0 run. And they lead by 9 here at the halftime break in this one this evening. 25-16, our halftime score. One other halftime score we have from lacrosse. The Marshfield Tiger boys basketball team, a tough one on the road. They go a long way to run into a tough lacrosse Central team. And Central was leading the Tigers at the halftime break in that one, 42-7. Ouch. It'll be a long trip home for Marshfield. Tough test on the road tonight for the Tigers. Coming up tomorrow night, just want to remind you, we'll be at Scotty's Pizza and Chicken in downtown Marshfield as we bring you our boys basketball preview program. Gene Delisio will be joined by some area boys basketball coaches from throughout central Wisconsin, and we'll talk about the boys basketball season that is already underway. Get the thoughts of some area coaches on our boys basketball preview show tomorrow night at 6 p.m. from Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, and that program tomorrow evening here on WOSQ. Once again, our halftime score, Marathon 25, Auburndale 16. More from Auburndale after this.
How did Courtesy Auto and Truck Center become one of the largest dealers in the Chippewa Valley? By offering our
90
exclusive low market prices on every vehicle we sell.
Are these levels okay?
Prices with low market pricing. We monitor competitive websites to offer you the most aggressive prices. New, pre-owned, certified. You'll save with the area's best prices. Save time and money because the live market price is the low market price. At Courtesy Auto and Truck Center in Thorpe, you can count on Courtesy Auto.
Westside Service of Auburndale wants to be your used car destination dealer. And at Westside Service of Auburndale, they have some awesome deals on crossovers, 4x4s, or any one of their late model quality used vehicles. You can shop 24 hours a day at westsideservice.com. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and they have over 55 quality used vehicles, warranties, and financing available. Westside Service, located between Marshfield and Stevens Point on Highway P, the old Highway 10 in Auburndale.
When times are good in agriculture, everyone claims to be an ag bank. At Citizens State Bank of Loyal, we are an ag bank for all times, dedicated to the long-term financial success of our farmers. That commitment to agriculture has been our way of life for 105 years. Why we are involved in a number of farm organizations, why we have expanded our ag, and why we will be here for this generation and the future generations on your family's farm. Citizens State Bank of Loyal, Branson, Neilsville, Spencer, and Marshfield. We finance Wisconsin's agriculture.
All right, just about set for second half action here tonight from Auburndale. The Marathon Red Raiders and the Auburndale Apaches in a Merriwood South showdown here tonight. A battle of two unbeaten teams. Both teams coming into this contest at 4-0. Marathon has defeated Edgar, Wausau Newman. That was a 2-point game. And then Mosinee and Phillips. And they are averaging 62 points a game while giving up 35 per game. That Newman game was a 53-51 matchup. By far their toughest test of the season. They beat Edgar 58-15. Then blew out Mosinee 63-26. And then went up to Phillips and won that game 74-47. The Auburndale Apaches are 4-0. They beat Port Edwards 40-28. and then beat Assumption 47-33. Followed by a win over Adams Friendship 48-32. And then a 2-point win up at Athens last, was that Thursday or Friday night? Can't remember now. But they beat Athens by 2 points. At one point, they led Athens by, it was like 16 or 17, but the Blue Jays came all the way back and had a chance at a game-tying basket in the closing seconds of that ball game, but the Blue Jays turned the ball over several times in the final 35 seconds, and Auburndale was able to hang on for that win. So both teams are 4-0 coming into this ball game here tonight, and it's a 9-point marathon lead as we start the second half. The Apaches with Boulder out there, Rab and Carl, and Owie and Hilber starting 5. Marathon will have the ball front court to our left, and they've got Stephanie Drager, Carly Fisher, Alicia Stieber, Caitlin Schmidt, and Brooke Bolts, the starting 5 for the Raiders out there as well. Raiders have it to our left now. They open up the second half leading 25-16. Bolts at the top of the key, guarded by Boulder. Now Drager on the near wing. Drager tries to go left baseline, cut off. Back on top for Bolts. Now on top for Fisher between the circles. Fisher on the far wing. Trying to go baseline, cut off. Ball tipped to Bolts on the left baseline. Near wing 3 now is no good for Stieber. And the rebound falls to Auburndale. Carl up the center of the floor to our right with a minute gone by here in the second half. Auburndale trailing by 9. They got the ball to our right. And now Schmidt goes for a steal on the near wing and knocked it out of bounds. And Marathon will have to stay on defense. Apaches have it to our right. And again, just over a minute gone by, down by 9. Owie at the top of the key, drives the lane to the rim and in. Nice move by Natalie Owie, the first field goal from one of the Auburndale starters in this ball game. Now it's a 7-point Marathon lead. Raiders back to our left. Fisher on top. Far wing 3, no good for Bolts. But Schmidt tracked down the rebound. Back on top for Fisher. Schmidt back on the near side. Left baseline drive. Lost the ball. Picks it up again. Hands it back to Stieber. Now on top for Drager. Back to Stieber. Auburndale in a man defense. They had gone 2-3 zone for a while in that second half. Now a baseline drive from the right side for Fisher. Carly puts it in for 2. 27-18. Apaches back to our right. And Rab has it, top of the key to Owie on the near wing. Carl back on top. Hilber now on the right side to Owie. Owie a long 2, no, that was a 3, no good. And the rebound goes out of bounds to Marathon with 15 and a half left. Just 2.5 minutes gone by. By the way, Columbus girls over Northland Lutheran tonight, 43-27 in non-conference action. And Stieber with a basket on the other end for the Red Raiders. Auburndale back to our right. Marathon got the basket as I was checking out that Columbus score. I believe it was Stieber. We'll double check, but Auburndale to our right as Marathon knocks it away. Now Ponchak will check in for the Red Raider, or for the Apaches, and Natalie Owie will come out. Apaches to our right. Hilber on top. Guarded by Stieber. Now Carl gets the ball and then almost stolen by Drager. The ball went bouncing into the backcourt, then out of bounds to Auburndale. So Hilber will inbound. No, that's Carl on the far wing. Inbounds it to Rab in the backcourt. Rab at the 10-second line, guarded by Fisher. Picks up her dribble. Boy, they pick up their dribble awfully early sometimes. And now Carl fires a pass to the baseline. Too strong for Rab. Out of bounds to Marathon. So now the Red Raiders get it back. To our left. Up by 11, 29-18. A three from the near wing, no good for Fisher. Red Raiders grab the rebound. Schmidt put back from the right side, no good. Rebound goes to Bolts, who is fouled then by Auburndale. Taylor Stanton will check in now for Carl in the Auburndale lineup. Non-shooting foul on Carl, second on her. Marathon inbounding. They go to Bolts under the basket. She lays it in for two. Her first basket of the ball game. Now Marathon starting to pull away a little bit. 31-18. Apaches back to our right. Left baseline jumper for Ponchak. She's got 8, trying to keep the Apaches in this one. And now the Red Raiders back to our left. There's a drive into the lane by Drager. Had it stolen away. By the way, that Columbus score was a halftime score, if I didn't mention that. Columbus over Northland Lutheran, 43-27 at the half at Columbus Catholic in Marshfield tonight. Don's girls off to a great start. We're going to see them on Friday night here on WOSQ against Owen Withee. A miss by Auburndale. Fast break by Schmidt. Caitlin on the other end. 2 more for the Red Raiders. And they now lead by 13 with 5 gone by here in the second half. Apaches back to our right. Stanton, a long 2 from the left corner. No good. And the rebound goes out of bounds to Marathon. So now a timeout by Coach Gerke and the Auburndale Apaches. Timeout on the floor. Stay with us. We've got more basketball from Auburndale after this.
Hey Jay, your first board meeting as the new CEO. Yay.
Good luck. You're gonna fail.
You've got this.
You couldn't just let it go, could you? Always the hero.
Hey, I'm security. I'd do the same for you.
Well, you wouldn't have to, since I worry about everything that would never happen to me.
So 33-20 Marathon lead here in this Merriwood Conference matchup tonight from Auburndale. And an Auburndale timeout. Battle of the unbeatens here. Both teams undefeated coming into this ball game, so a big one in the Merriwood South tonight, and it's gone Marathon's way so far. They have a 13-point lead. Again, Marshfield Columbus girls leading Northland Lutheran at the halftime break at Columbus. 43-27 was the halftime score in that one. So following the Auburndale timeout, Marathon has the ball to our left. 12:40 to go in regulation time. And now the Apaches are turning up the intensity on defense. And Marathon takes a timeout. That's what the timeout was about. We're going to send a trap or 2 defenders after the ball. And Marathon, well, maybe not quite ready for that, so Coach Schneider takes a quick timeout. By the way, we've got boys basketball on Thursday night here on WOSQ. The Spencer Rockets hosting the Owen with the Blackhawks. And game time for that one, 7:15, like the others. And so our coverage from Spencer gets underway at 7 o'clock on Thursday night here on WOSQ. So Owen with the at Spencer boys, Owen with the girls at Marshfield Columbus on Friday. All right, so following the timeout, Marathon to our left now, leading Auburndale 33-20. 12:20 to go in regulation. Marathon has the ball. Olivia Zabel into the ball game now. She has it on top, guarded by Boulder. Hands off to Bolts from the right side. A little runner at the rim from the right side, no good. Rebound, Hilber. Is he up the center of the floor? Back to our right for the Apaches. Auburndale, they need points. Stanton in the far corner, dribbles into the lane. A little runner at the rim. Oh yeah, that's a great shot by Taylor Stanton. Kind of lobs one up. Now Schmidt on the other end of a Marathon fast break, no good. Rebound, well, it got poked out of bounds by Marathon. Auburndale will get the ball back as Natalie Owie checks back in for the Apaches, and Boulder will come out. So back to an 11-point game. Auburndale has some ground to cover here with 11:45 to go. Hilber up the center of the floor to our right. Hands to Rabb on the left side. Now to Owie over there, guarded by Bolts. Owie dribbles into the lane. Tries to get up a shot and is fouled. So Auburndale getting a little more aggressive, getting back to what got them to the foul line in that first half. Really getting aggressive and really trying to attack the basket now. Owie at the line for the second time tonight. That foul was on Brooke Bolts, her second. First foul shot here by Owie is good. She is 3 for 3 from the line tonight so far. She has 5 points. She had 4 at the halftime break. Well, she had just 2 as that one goes in. She had just 2. She had a basket earlier this half. Now 2 free throws as well. She's got 6 on the night. 33-24 now, back to a 9-point game. Marathon back to our left though. And Liz Boehm wasting no time down the floor. She puts one in. She's got 7 off the Marathon bench. Back to our right, the Apaches just not a lot of rhythm offensively tonight. Wilford dribbles into the lane, kicks it to Hilber in the near corner for 3, no good. Down low, Owie with a rebound and a putback is good. 2 more for Natalie. She's got 8. Now Marathon on the other end, and boy, they get down quickly, and they draw a foul from Auburndale on the other end. It's going to be on Marissa Ponchak, number 2 on her. It will put Boehm at the line. First one is no good. She'll get 1 more with 10:49 left in regulation. Marathon trying to make this a 10-point game. And now Morgan Humschel will check in for the Apaches, and Maggie Wilford will check out. Marathon has just steadily built this lead. They went on a 10-0 run beginning of the game after Auburndale had made 2 free throws to start the game. Second foul shot by Boehm is good. So they led by 8 at that point, and really that's been kind of the margin here ever since. And now a steal in the backcourt by Fisher. Fisher trying to get it to Boehm. And that pass off of Boehm and out of bounds to Auburndale. So the Apaches now have to go full length of the floor to our right. Down by 10, 36-26, 10.5 to go in the half. Apaches to our right, Hilber on top, now Humschel. Now Ponchak in the near corner. Hilber on the right baseline. She's in trouble trying to get rid of the ball. And a marathon foul. So that's going to be on Liz Boehm, number 2 on Liz. Non-shooting foul as Rab checks back in for the Apaches, and Hilber will come out. And Schmidt back in for the Red Raiders, along with Brooke Baltz. And let's see here, coming out is Zabel and Boehm. Rab inbounds to Ponchak, right back to Rab. On top for Wilfert, drives the lane, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound tip to Marathon. Stieber on the run out to our left. Stieber on top now, a 3 by Fisher. And that one's good for Carly Fisher. She's got 9, and the Marathon lead back to 13, their biggest lead of the night, with 10 to play in regulation. Apaches back to our right now. Ponchak in the near corner, on top for Owie, back to Wilford down low in the right block, and Maggie hits it down low. Good look inside by Owie, and Wilford gets it in there. 39-28. Marathon back to our left now. Drager on the near wing. On top for Stieber now. Stieber tries to drive in, flips one up from the right side, no good. Rebound Auburndale. Rab up the near sideline to our right. Hands it to Owie on the left wing. Natalie dribbles to the high post and shoots, no good. Rebound grab by Drager. And a long outlet pass up ahead for Baltz. Brooke from the right side. Flips one up, no good. Rebound by Drager. Put back up and in. 8 for Drager. And the Marathon lead now at 41-28 with 9 to go. Auburndale back to our right. Rab on top. To Wilford in the high post. Down low, Owie is open. Blocked from behind by Drager. Marathon has it. And she gives it to Fisher. Up the floor to our left now. Here's Baltz running the lane. Left hand off the window and in for Brooke Baltz. Marathon on a run. And they've now opened up a 43-28 lead. 8.5 to go in the ball game. Rab back to our right. Auburndale looking for answers, and they have none. Stanton in the far corner, up top for Wilford now. Back to Owie on the near side. Inside for Rab. Ball got stripped away, and there was a Marathon reach in. It's going to be on Carly Fisher, number 2 on Carly. And that will put Rab at the line for Auburndale. No, it was before the shot, they say, so a non-shooting foul. Auburndale will inbound with Stanton inbounding. They get it on top for Wilford now. Wilford trying to drive in at her pocket pick, stolen by Fisher. And the Raiders take it away. Not taking care of the basketball has been the downfall of the Apaches tonight. Oh, but there's a tip and a steal, though. Apaches get it right back. Rab back to our right. See if they can take care of the ball this time. Owie on top, guarded by Drager. High post for Wilford, far corner Stanton. Back on top for Natalie. Ball on the floor, Stanton grabs it. Loose ball foul against Marathon. By the way, the Columbus Dons girls have taken a 54-36 lead over Northland Lutheran with just under 10 minutes left in regulation in that one. Dons by 18 and running away with another win. So that foul was on Stieber, number 4 on Alicia. Auburndale attacks the rim, a miss by Boulder, and here come the Red Raiders. Another defensive rebound for Marathon. Drager on the far wing, lob inside for Schmidt. She draws a double team and then draws a foul. That one's going to be on Izzy Hilber, number 3 on Hilber. Non-shooting foul, Marathon inbounding. Schmidt gets it, and she walked with the ball after she took the inbounds pass. She caught it, tried to dribble down the lane, and Caitlin traveled with the ball. Marathon turnover. Auburndale has it back, 7:20 to go, 43-28. Apaches have a lot of ground to cover here. Hilber on the near wing, lob inside for Boulder on the right block, no good. Missed a wide open look, and then the rebound. Drager saves it before she went out of bounds on the far side. She almost went stumbling out of bounds with the ball. Drager got a hold of it, and then a quick timeout by Marathon with 7:09 left in regulation. And more basketball from Auburndale after this.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
We have a final from lacrosse. Marshfield Tiger boys, a tough road trip tonight as they go on the road and get beat by Lacrosse Central 70-41. That was a 42-7 halftime lead for Central. Tigers didn't get a whole lot closer in that second half, and they get beat on the road quite handily tonight at Lacrosse Central. Following the Marathon timeout, the Red Raiders have the ball to our left, leading Auburndale 43-28. And Marathon almost lost the ball. They're knocked out by Auburndale. Raiders will inbound on the near wing to our left. Liz Bain gets it to Drager on the left wing. She shoots, no good. Schmidt underneath. Rebound, put back, good. Caitlin Schmidt has 10. And now the Red Raiders lead 45-28. 6:40 left in the ball game. Apaches back to our right. Hilber on the left wing. Over to Owie on the near side. Down low, Hilber, back door for Boulder from the left block. Hannah up and in. The whistle and the foul, and Hannah will be at the line. And a chance for a three-point play with 6.5 to go. So Boulder at the line for the third time tonight. First one, the only one, no good. Rebound grab by Marathon, lost by Drager, grabbed by Carl. And the Apaches have it. The foul was on Fisher, by the way. That was her third. Auburndale has it to our right now. Carl on top. Dribbles down the lane, off the glass, too strong. Rebound Marathon. Long pass up ahead for Drager running the floor. Stephanie on the other end of a fast break. Easy layup with the left hand. She's got 10. The Marathon lead right back to 17 with 6 to go. 47-30, Raiders in front. Auburndale to our left. Left baseline jumper for Hilber, no good. Rebound by Auburndale. Boulder, the putback in the lane, no good. Now a rebounding foul against the Apaches. And that one will be on Natalie Owie, number 3 on her. As Carl checks out of the Auburndale lineup, Stanton back in there. Marathon has it to our left. Liz Bain up the center of the floor to our left to Drager on the far wing. Now to Fisher on top. Near side now for Bain. Back over to Bolts in the far corner. Baseline drive, no good. And the loose ball picked up by Boulder. Outlet to Hilber. Izzy up the near sideline to our right. Izzy tries to get the ball inside, and that pass knocked away and stolen by Marathon. Raiders back to our left. Fisher to Bolts on the far wing. Back to Fisher now in the far corner. Far wing for Bain, tries to drive in, ball knocked away by Stanton. And it went out of bounds off of Marathon. Apaches will get it back. Schmidt checks out of the ball game now, and Olivia Zabel back in there for the Red Raiders. Auburndale ball, 5 minutes to go in the second half, and Marathon leading 47-30. Hilber across the 10-second line to our right. On the near wing now for Rab. McKenzie trying to dribble into the lane. It's not there. Hands it off to Stanton, top of the key. Stanton gives to Hilber in the high post. Down low for Punchak, up and in. And the foul as well. Marissa, the N1. And a chance for a three-point play with 4:41 to go. Foul on Olivia Zabel, number 1 on her. Punchak at the line. Free throw no good. Rebound tipped around, grabbed by Marathon. Bame has it up the floor to our left. Hands off to Bolts. Bolts walked with the ball. And the Apaches will get it right back. Down by 15 with 4:37 to go in regulation. Hilber off the center of the floor to our right. Guarded by Bame, top of the key. Near side now for Rab, and I don't know where that pass was going, but Hilber threw it way too high and out of bounds. Auburndale has not done a great job of taking care of the basketball tonight, even when they're not really defensed. Some unforced errors. Now Marathon attacks the rim. And Elizabeth Bame with a basket on the other end to make it a 17-point Marathon lead once again with 4:13 in regulation. Coach Gerke with another Auburndale timeout. And not happy with his team. You can tell. That's for sure. They have not played well in this one here tonight. Marathon with a 17-point lead. Looks like the Raiders might be on their way to 5-0. Marathon gonna maybe suffer their first loss of the season unless they can really regroup here and go on a run. 49-32, Marathon by 17, 4:13 left in regulation. Auburndale ball to our right following the Apache timeout. Hilbert, top of the key, pass to Boulder, right baseline. Back on top for Rab now on the near wing. McKenzie on top now for Hilber. Back to Boulder, right baseline jumper, way short. And rebound Marathon, up ahead for Drager. Drager over to Fisher, right side, down low for a wide open Olivia Zabel on the back door. 51-32. Apaches have not been able to get back defensively, and now they throw it away, and Marathon comes away with another Auburndale turnover. Raiders back to our left, in control of this one tonight with 3:20 to go. Auburndale now going for the steal. They tip it away and get the steal. Tipped away by Boulder, grabbed by Ponchak. Apaches have it back to our right. Stanton, another unforced Auburndale turnover. Stanton threw that one right by Hilber on the near wing. Another bad Auburndale pass. And now another timeout with 3:08 to go in regulation. 51-32, Marathon on their way to 5-0. And more basketball after this.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
To learn more.
It's time to to get ready for Bad Downs as they invade Rose Bowl lanes Saturday night for a rockin' great time. Get there early as Bad Downs gets to the Rose Bowl lanes at 9 o'clock Saturday night.
If you've got some money left after shopping next Saturday, come out and rock with Relentless.
See you this Saturday night for Bad Downs at Rose Bowl lanes, Marshfield.
3:08 left in regulation. The Marathon Red Raiders leading the Auburndale Apaches in this Merriwood South showdown. Two unbeaten teams here tonight, both at 4-0. And following the timeout, Marathon ball. Front court to our left, 3 minutes to go, 51-32. And Marathon in control of this one. Auburndale going to really go after the ball now and try to create some turnovers here and see if Marathon gets patient. No, they're going to go right at the rim. Drager attacks from the left side and is fouled. So Drager at the line now for the first time tonight. That one going to go on Ponchak, number 3 on Marissa. First one is good by Stephanie Drager. She's got 11. And the second one, that one is good. Make it 12. And 2 for 2 from the line. It's now a 21-point Marathon lead. 2:45 to go. Auburndale to our right. Hilber down low for Ponchak. Up and no good from the right block. Drager with the rebound. Outlet to Stieber. 2.5 to go. Stieber to our left. Top of the key. Greeted by Rab at the top of the circle. Near side now for Boehm. Liz goes into the near corner for Zabel. Zabel, they got her trapped. She's trying to get rid of the ball. She threw it out of bounds. So Auburndale will get it back as Sasha Horning comes back into the ball game for the Red Raiders. The outstanding softball pitcher is the 8th player off Coach Schneider's basketball bench. Raiders back on defense. Auburndale to our right. Inside for Ponchak from the right block. Up and no good, but a Marathon foul with 2:01 left to play. And that will put Ponchak at the line for the second time tonight. First one, no good. That foul, by the way, was on Olivia Zabel, her second. Second one is good for Marissa. She's got 11 points. Under 2 to play now. It's a 20-point Marathon lead, and they will go on to win this one and improve to 5-0. Auburndale going after the ball, trying to get the steal. And they almost had it on the near wing to our left, but Hilber and Wilfert knocked it away from Zabel and knocked it out of bounds right back to Marathon. Now on the near wing to our left, Stieber will inbound. Throws it in for Boehm. Liz, far side now for... Let's see, here's a shot from the near side, a 3 by Boehm, no good. Rebound, the putback attempt by Stieber, no good. Another Marathon shot up, no good again, but a whistle and a foul. Looking for Kenya Kaldunsky into the ball game off the bench. Another softball player. She's a home run threat every time she comes up to the plate in softball. Now Zabel at the line, no good on the first attempt. Seen Kenya jack a few out of the park up there at Marathon in recent years. And Foul was on Ponchak, by the way. Second foul shot, no good. Ponchak with the rebound. Just ask the Stratford Tigers about Kenya Kaldunsky, and they'll tell you all about her home run power. Auburndale now to our right. Shot up no good by Stanton. Rebound by Ponchak. Put back no good, but a marathon foul. That's going to go on Liz Boehm, her third. Ponchak at the line once again for the Apaches. First one is good. And that's now 12 for Ponchak tonight. Hilber and Wilford and Rab all check out for the Apaches. Some bench players in there now. Morgan Humschel. Second one by Ponchak, no good. Rebound by Liz Boehm for the Red Raiders. They have it to our left. 1:10 to go. Horning in the lane. Up and in for Sasha Horning on the other end. No running the clock here. They put up a shot right away. Apaches back to our right. Humschel top of the key now. Now on the right baseline for Macy Schmeiser. She's checked in for the first time. A sophomore. Now a three from the left wing for Ponchak, no good. Rebound by Marathon. Boehm races to the other end and throws it away in transition. Ball goes out of bounds to Auburndale with 31 seconds left in the ball game. Humschel across the 10-second line to our right. Schmeiser on the left wing. Also in there off the bench, Amanda Momont, Olivia's younger sister out there. Schmeiser a long two from the top of the key, no good. Horning with the rebound. And Marathon front court to our left, and they will probably just run out the clock here, and that will do it. Marathon wins it by 21 over Auburndale tonight, 55-34. Marathon improves to 5-0. 4 of those 5 wins have come on the road for Marathon here so far. Quite impressive for the Red Raiders. Auburndale drops their first game of the year. They fall to 4-1. More importantly, it's a loss in the conference. So now Marathon a game up on the Apaches in the Merriwood South. Raiders win it 55-34 here tonight. Boy, we had Red Raiders and Apaches, and Marathon comes out on top this evening. Stay with us. We'll recap the scoring on our post-game report, and hopefully we will entice Coach Schneider to stop by and talk about this Marathon win as part of our post-game report tonight on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and online at WOSQFM.com. We're also available on the TuneIn radio app for your mobile device as well. Marathon winners tonight, 55-34, as our post-game report continues in just a moment.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Big day. Your first board meeting as the new CEO. Yay.
Good luck. You're gonna fail.
You've got this.
You couldn't just let it go, could you? Always the hero.
Hey, I'm security. I'd do the same for you.
Well, you wouldn't have to, since I worry about everything that would never happen to me.
high school sports coverage is brought to you by Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan, along with its many affiliated providers, wants to help people live longer, healthier lives. Security Health Plan offers high-quality coverage options for large and small businesses and for individuals and families. Go to securityhealth.org to learn more. Security Health Plan. Promises kept, plain and simple. Security Health Plan is proud to support area high school athletes.
All right, back here at Auburndale tonight, the Marathon Red Raiders defeat the Auburndale Apaches in Merriwood Conference South Division action tonight. 55-34, our final score here this evening. A couple of other finals tonight in high school basketball. Another girls' final from Columbus Catholic High School in Marshfield. The Columbus Dons defeat Northland Lutheran tonight. 68-40, the final in that one. And a boys' final score from lacrosse tonight. The Marshfield Tigers got beat by La Crosse Central 70-41. So those are the only other finals we've got for you on our high school scoreboard this evening. And again, here at Auburndale, a big win by Marathon. They beat Auburndale in a big Merriwood South showdown tonight. A battle of the unbeatens. And Marathon came out on top by 21. Beating the Apaches 55-34. Marathon led by Stephanie Drager with 12, including 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And let's see here. 10 points for Caitlin Schmidt. 10 for Elizabeth Boehm off the bench, and she went 3 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. 9 for Carly Fisher, including a 3. 6 for Alicia Stieber. 4 for Brooke Boltz. And 2 for Sasha Horning. Also 2 for Olivia Zabel. And that was the Marathon scoring in the ball game tonight. Auburndale led by Marissa Ponchak with 12. And that included 2 of 5 from the free throw line. 8 points for Natalie Owie, and she went 4 for 4 from the line. And yeah, you want to go grab that microphone lane over there? We got Coach Schneider stopping by. 2 points for Izzy Hilbert tonight. And tell you what, we'll get to the rest of the Auburndale scoreboard here in a moment. Marathon coach Jeff Schneider kind enough to stop by after this one. Very impressive, coach. Started out, what, a 2-0 Auburndale run, if you can call that a run. And then you guys go on a 10-0 run and never look back.
Yeah, I tell you, Mike's got a really good team, and he's a great coach, and they're going to keep getting better. So I thought we were fortunate that we got some pressure on them. We got some easy ones in that early, like you said, 10-0 runs, and I should say easy ones, but we got some layups off some steals in the backcourt. And then after that, you know, I thought we grinded well. We responded when we needed to respond with a basket, with a good possession, or we, you know, got a rebound when we need to get a rebound. And we didn't get all of them, but we got enough because they sure rebound well.
They certainly do, but they did not do a great job of taking care of the ball. And like you said, you really put ball pressure on them, and that led to a lot of turnovers and a lot of baskets.
It did, and you know, that's with our game, the way we want to play. I think that's got to be a big part of our game. It's, you know, it's not going to happen every possession, and it's not going to happen as much some games as other games, but where they had a, it was just the game is won on the defensive end, and super happy with the effort of our kids.
Yeah, you have to be happy with that defensive effort. What else did you see? What else stood out? What else do you take away from this win?
Well, arguably, one of our best players, Stieber, was in foul trouble, and her third foul was my fault because she probably shouldn't have been in the game that early in the first half with 2 fouls. And it is what it is. You feel like her fouls that she gets are cheap, and it is. But when you're one of your better players does get fouls, it hurts. And when she had to sit, I thought that was a big telling time in the first half. I thought we responded well when she had to sit with the 3 in the first half, and then in the second half, when she got her 4th and she had to come out and sit a good chunk there, 6-7 minutes, kids really picked it up, and I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, most notably, Caitlin Schmidt and Stephanie Drager really picked it up for you guys.
I thought Drager had the best game she's had so far this year, last year, or whatever. I mean, she was the motor to go get the ball, the hustle to go get it on the floor, and then also adding on all that, just getting poise and presence, and sometimes didn't go her way, shot didn't fall, whatever, but she just kept playing and made plays. And Caitlin gets down on herself because she knows, she works so hard to run the floor. She works so hard to pin and seal, and then when she gets that opportunity and doesn't finish it, she gets down. But the kids did a nice job of picking her up, and then her picking herself back up, and then getting the next one and getting the next one. So super proud of those two.
And how about Liz Bain with 10 off the bench?
Yeah, I thought the 3 she hit in the first half. Yep. I don't know. And the 3 she hit in the first half was one of the biggest shots in the game. And then the drives to the basket off of ball screens where she just kind of let the screen go and just bam in a straight line right at the rim, 2 dribbles and finish. It's impressive.
Yeah, anything else you take away? This was a very solid win for you guys.
I think it's a huge win for us because this is a really tough place to play. It's a tough place to shoot for us, especially. I don't know why, but I didn't think we had our game going from the perimeter in terms of, our perimeter shooting. But I was impressed with how they just kept playing and attacking the rim and finishing. I mean, we didn't finish all of them, but we finished enough, and that's a good step in the direction for us.
Yeah. Well, they do put the special marathon rims up before you guys get here.
They don't seem to.
They're a little smaller.
Yeah.
Just on your end, and then they flip them at halftime. Yeah, quality win here against like you said, a tough team that's going to get.
This is a good basketball team. Auburndale's going to be at the top of our conference, and they're going to win a lot of games.
What's up next for you guys now?
We have Stratford next Tuesday at Stratford again. So this is our last stretch on the road here. So hopefully we can close it out next Tuesday with a good quality game.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one too. And then you guys, I think, don't you have a Christmas tournament too this year?
We do. We have Bonduel, Wasaki, and then Loyal. So some real quality teams there, and Loyal's, not the state champion team that they were last year, but still, Mike does a good job, and so we're anxious to get some really good games over the break there at our holiday tournament. I think it's 27th, 28th.
Yeah.
So
have you done that? You've done that in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's been going it used to be just a boys tournament, but the girls tournament has been at least 10 years now since I kind of started coaching and got it going, and it's a good thing, and it gives us a chance to play in front of our home fans, and it's nice that we get a lot of alumni that come back and things like that. I just want to, and maybe I'll just put a plug in here, but we have a special event coming up on December 22nd. We're going to have a reunion of the 1998, like a 20-year reunion, the 1998 marathon state champion, girls state championship team. So we're gonna have Coach Knetter, a lot of the coaching staff, as many of the players as we can get back that are kind of spread out now around the country. But we're gonna do that. That's a Friday night, a home game in Marathon against Assumption, and so we're gonna do a nice ceremony for them at halftime, the 20-year reunion, Marathon girls state champs. So.
Wow. Yeah, and I think that was, I'm trying to remember, that was one of my first years, if not the first year, of doing high school, sports of any kind. And I'm thinking, why do you keep sending me to marathon? And and then I quickly found out. And boy, that was a fun team to watch.
One of our assistant coaches, Nicole Mishka, former Nicole Reisner, was fantastic. So we're real anxious to have our kids learn more about that team and about what they accomplished and what type of team they were. And I think that's only good for our young kids.
Yeah, and oh gosh, I'm trying to remember, what were some of the other names on that team?
There was Amy Bauman, and I'm going by the maiden names, Terry Carlin, Kristen Rather.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There were two Rather sisters.
Two Rathers.
Kristen was on the state championship team.
That's right.
And she's coming. She lives right in Marathon, so we're real excited for that night.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. Boy, that's and great for your crowd too, and your team.
Yeah, that's one thing. We just love having these people come back. We had alumni night a couple seasons ago, and just having these players come back, having Coach Knetter come back, and Coach Buckberger, and these guys, Coach Raz, and just these people that have done so much for our program, and our kids need to appreciate that. So.
Awesome job. All right, good job, Coach. Thanks for stopping by. Congratulations on a win here in a tough place to play.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
You bet. Coach Jeff Schneider, kind enough to stop by, and his Red Raiders get the win here tonight over Auburndale, 55-34. As we get back to the scoring column, looking at the scores here, we were giving you the Auburndale totals, and again, Apaches led by Marissa Ponchak with 12. And then Natalie Owie had 8. After that, Maggie Wilford was 6. And Hannah Boulder with 4. And then 2 points apiece for Izzy Hilber and Taylor Stanton. Morgan Humschel, Callie Carl, and Mackenzie Rabb did not score. Neither did Amanda Momont, who got into the ballgame late. Macy Schmeiser got into the ballgame late as well. They did not score either. And again, Marathon led by 3 players in double figures. Stephanie Drager with 12, Caitlin Schmidt and Liz Boehm each with 10, as Marathon wins it by 21 over the Auburndale Apaches here tonight. Stay with us. We've got more from Auburndale after